I'm making this video as kind of an extra video for my playlist in response to Neapolitan 64. Even though this isn't anything in response to him, this is just something I thought he and other people might find interesting, so I'm gonna put it in part of that playlist. Because a lot of the playlist has to do with like what I've been talking about in the playlist, and what he's about him or me and him and back and forth and things like that was emulation based stuff. But we never really talked about anything about PS2 emulation stuff very much, I don't think, or maybe we did. I can't really remember. But the point is, this video is going to be about PS2 emulation stuff for the PS3 and whether or not it's emulating or actually fully backward compatible doing it. So, anyways, what I wanted is, and last time I tried to show that off with Wild Arms 5, with the pictures I had in Paint. But the thing is, most people probably didn't believe me. They probably thought I'd made it up because it was in Paint. Anyone can just make their own stuff. But right now I'm on my internet browser. You see Firefox is open. It's right down there. It says PlayStation 3 models. Just like here, it means the model of the PS3. Because I'm on that Wikipedia page. Sorry, I know the camera kind of unfocused, but there you go. But yeah, so I'm on this page, and see, what's weird about this is on Wikipedia, it mentions it in a weird way. At first it says this. It says there are several original PS3 hardware models, which are commonly referred to by the size of their included disk drive, 20, 40, 60, 80, or 160 gigabytes. Although referred to by their HDD size, the capabilities of the consoles vary by region and release date. The only difference in the appearance of the first 5 models was the color of the trim, number of USB ports, the presence or absence of a door, which covers the flash card readers on equipped models, and some minor changes to the air vents. All retail packages include 1 or 2 Syaxis controllers or a DualShock 3 controller. Beginning June 12, 2008, 1 Type A to Mini B USB cable for connecting the controller and PlayStation Portable to the system. The 1 composite video stereo audio output cable. 1 Ethernet cable, 2060 and CECHE XX80 gigabyte only, and 1 power cable. The original and CECHE XX models were also the only video game console ever made to feature a Super Audio CD player. So this Wikipedia article is kind of confusing because first off, it says that they're the it says they're the only models to ever feature a Super CD player. So obviously there's been other Super CD players in the world, but I guess that means the only PS3s to feature it. But with how I was reading it, I already mixed that up. Then another thing it said was the only difference, like the way it sounded was like it was saying the only difference was their appearance for those original PS3 models. And then it was also saying that all those models are original PS3, referred to as the, yeah, it's including, look, it says original PlayStation 3 hardware models, and it's including not only the 20, 40, 60, but also the 80 and 160 gigabyte models. Those models aren't original PS3s, they're emulation ones. Original PS3s have an SoC. Here, let me show you. It says this stuff about it, but according to that, then the 80 gigabyte should also be should also have an SoC. But if we read a little bit further down, it says this. It says all models support software emulation of the original PlayStation, But support for PlayStation 2 backward compatibility diminished with later compatible models, and the last model to have integrated backward compatibility was the NTSC 80GB CECHE Metal Gear Solid 4 bundle. So, it says compatibility issues with games for both systems are detailed in a public database hosted by the manufacturer. All models excluding the 20GB model include, and then it says the Wi-Fi and some other features that each one has. But the problem with this is, according to how, okay, and then down here it also says that for instance, it says in terms of the hardware, the drive size, the European model, South Korean, and the North American model excludes the PlayStation 2 hybrid hardware and software. Okay, so in this next paragraph, and we're just kind of skipping the Wi-Fi part because that's not really that important. But it says, in addition to all features of the 20 gigabyte model, the 60 gigabyte model has internal IEEE 802. Oh yeah, still more Wi-Fi stuff. Multiple flash card readers, SD multimedia card, compact flash type 1, type 2, micro drive, memory stick Pro Duo, and a chrome colored trim. In terms of hardware, the 80 gigabyte model CECHE released in South Korea is identical to the 60 gigabyte CECHC released in the PAL regions, except for the difference in hard drive size. The European 60 gigabyte model CECHC, the South Korean and North American CECHE 80 gigabyte model excludes the PlayStation 2 Emotion Engine CPU chip, with it being replaced by an emulated version via the Cell Broadband Engine. However, it retains the graphics synthesizer GPU, resulting in a hybrid hardware and software emulation. Due to the elimination of the Emotion Engine and its replacement with a software emulated version, the level of PlayStation 2 compatibility was slightly reduced. The 40 gigabyte, 80 gigabyte CECHL, CECHM, and CECHK and 160 gigabyte models have 2 USB ports instead of the 4 USB ports and on other models. You kind of scroll down here again some more. So our models, and do not include multiple flash card readers, SACD support, or backward compatibility with PlayStation 2 games. This was due to the removal of graphics synthesizer GPU, which stripped the units of all PlayStation 2 based hardware. So, with how that sounds, it sounds like the CECHE, from what we're reading, it almost sounds like it can't play PS2 games at all. Let's have a look-see here. So first off, what we were reading is it was like first it said that the only differences was those, and when we read further down, it actually says that the CECHE though has a Super Audio CD player. Well, that's already a pretty big difference than just a different looking PS3. Then it said that all models support software emulation of original PlayStation. Well, that may be true. It almost seemed that we were just reading. reading other stuff, it almost like when I first read that, I thought it was talking about PlayStation 2. I didn't think it was talking about PlayStation 1. Because up here at the top it says just kind of trying to. It says that the 80 gigabyte was an original PS3, so. But yeah, I guess it didn't really mention PlayStation 2 at the top. I'm not seeing that. I guess I just assumed, but I guess that isn't the case, is what it's saying. But, I mean, it's not talking about PS2 games, it's talking about PlayStation games. But, and then it says, but support for PlayStation 2 backward compatibility diminished with later compatible models on the latest model, and then it says, but support for PlayStation 2 backward compatibility diminished with later compatible models, and the last model to have integrated backward compatibility was NTSC 80 gigabyte CECHE Metal Gear Solid 4 bundle. But if that's the case, then that should make it just the same as all the other original models, right? Because it says that 80. It says that the original models were 20, 40, 60, 80, and 160 gigabyte. If that's the case, then that should mean that this CECHE model should be an original. And it says that software backward compatibility, or not soft. It says that sorry, it's kind of hard for me to tell because the phone keeps on going fuzzy. But so it says that the features of the terms of hardware, and it says that the North American CECHE 80 gigabyte model excludes the PlayStation 2 hybrid hardware and software emulation. Or not excludes, I mean, oh sorry, I totally read that wrong, didn't I? No, it doesn't say that. It says that due to the elimination of the emotion engine and its replacing the software emulated version of the level of emulated version, the level of PlayStation 2 compatibility was slightly reduced. Well, it shouldn't be reduced at all if it's the same kind of model as the original hardwares as the other ones, should it? Not only that, it says, just trying to make sure, I'm kind of losing my place over and over, that's why it's hard for me to relate this. And then earlier up here, it said that that it still had sorry, I'm trying to read it through the phone. It'd probably be easier for me to just look on the computer and then try to aim the phone at the spot. Okay, so just a second. Support software emulation of the original place, but yeah, it says but support for PlayStation 2 backward compatibility diminished with later compatible models, and the last model to have integrated backward compatibility was NTSC 80 gigabyte CECHE. But we just read further down that it says that has less backward compatibility. I mean, it's less backward compatible with PlayStation 2 games. If that's the case, then why does it say it's an original model? That doesn't make sense. Not only that, but if we scroll further down, which is all the way down to here, here it has a list of PlayStation 3 models and their features. It says the 20 gigabyte has 4 USB 2.0 ports, hardware-based PS2 backward compatibility, and it says the 60 gigabyte has, it says the 20 gigabyte CECHB XX has 4 USB 2.0 ports, hardware-based PS2 backward compatibility. And it says the 60 gigabyte CECHA XX has a SACD playback, Linux support, and Syaxis controller. Well, there's some problems with this, because for one thing, they've removed the Linux support in later 60 gigabyte models. Or not in later 60 gigabyte models, but I mean, when Sony gave some updates updated the PS3, it got rid of the Linux support. So that shouldn't even be up there anymore for the 60 gigabyte. And then it says SACD playback, but wasn't that the Super Audio CD, the thing that we read earlier? Well, it said that the 80 gigabyte had that, not the 60 gigabyte. And then it said it was integrated. So what does integrated mean? Like we saw that's what it said the CECHE one was, that's listed down there further. It said it had integrated PS2 backward compatibility. But integrated sounds like that could be full or partial. It doesn't sound like it could be either one. And then here we are at and then it also mentions the CECHC one model here, which it says has it tells you the Wi-Fi, the flash, the memory card readers, the poor USB 2.0 ports, partial software-based PS2 emulation. But if you notice, the line is between the 80 gigabyte and the 60 gigabyte, or when it says partially software-based PS2 emulation. Look, the 80 gigabyte doesn't list it as PS2 emulation at all, or even PS2 full backward compatibility, or PS2 SoC, or anything. All it mentions is the SACD, the Linux support, which is not on there anymore. I have this model of PS3, which I'm going to be showing later in the video. And it says Sci-Axis controller. And it says Metal Gear Solid 4 bundle sold with DualShock 3 controller. Well, guess what? But it doesn't mention PS2 at all. So does that mean a CECHE PS3 can't play PS2 games at all? And another thing you might be asking is what those X's stand for. They're actually the region they're placeholders for the region. I'm not sure if it shows the region on this page or not. It might not. I'll have to probably open up the other tab. But yeah, there's another tab for Wikipedia that has it. And then here we have other models of PS3. And here's another 80 gigabyte, but it doesn't have the CECHE listed down there, because we saw it up above. See if I can find my mouse. Because we saw it listed up above here, but it's not listed down here. And this one doesn't even say it's compatible with anything. What, does that mean it doesn't even play the PS3 games? I mean, it doesn't even mention the the PlayStation emulation. It doesn't mention it here at all in this little category. So I'd say this Wikipedia page isn't all that accurate. And then if we go down here, this says all piano black and chimeric white models have a glossy finish. All models include Blu-ray, DVD, CD drive, HDMI 1.3A, upgraded to 1.4 via firmware update, not 1.4A, just 1.4. Bluetooth 2.0 Gigabit Ethernet, and then it mentions some other things over here. And PlayStation backward compatibility through software emulation. So this is saying that all of them can do PS1 software emulation. And then this one says model numbers differ by region. See PlayStation 3 hardware model numbers for details. Well, we just looked at the hardware model numbers, and it doesn't mention the regions. So that's kind of a problem. And then here's a bunch of references you can click on. But yeah, it didn't mention the regions. And yeah, there's like tons and tons of references on this page. But I don't feel like scrolling down for a very, very long time to get through all the references. So I think it'd take yeah, there's like loads of references. See all of them? Okay. Yeah, I know pausing video wouldn't do a very good job. I'm gonna link all these web pages in the down below the YouTube video, so you guys can click on them and go to them, so you can check and see what I'm talking about. And then this has like some model comparisons and things. But yeah, so it's saying that what it sounds like is like the CECHE model can't play PS2 games at all, according to what that sounds like. And then if we go to this page. Here, this is a different web page. This isn't Wikipedia. But this one, if we scroll down, it says, while all PlayStation 3 consoles can play original PlayStation discs, not all models are PlayStation 2 compatible. If you want to play PlayStation 2 games on your PS3, then you need to make sure you buy the right model. And it says there are PS2 discs that will not work on any PS3 model. Gamers could previously download PS2 classics and save the game to PS3 drive, but Sony closed the PS3 store in 2018. Obviously, this is an old web page. This says it was last updated in September 11th, 2020. So yeah, that's not accurate anymore. The PS3 PSN store is back up. So if anyone wants to buy things from there, they can. I don't know why it says they really need to update that. So we'll scroll down a little bit further next. And this says PS3 backward compatibility, PS2 playable. And it's showing PS3 Slim models, which is weird because they have no... because they don't have a PS2 backward compatibility at all, according to what I remember. Yeah, and it has the... I mean, it's showing pictures of Slim models, but it has the other models listed down here, and then it has PS3 Slim, which says not compatible with PS2 games, which is right. The PS3 Slim isn't. But these ones look like PS3... Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, never mind. These are like regular PS3s. But... No, I don't know. No, those look like Slims too, because they have this little thing right here. The fat models don't have that little black bar thing looking like that. At least not like that, it doesn't. And then it has like PlayStation 3 written going up, which, if I'm right, I mean, that's how the Slims have it written. But the fat ones actually have it written going on the top, going left to right, like this. Or at least the ones I have it that way. And then it says the 20 gigabyte is compatible with PS2 games. It says the 60 is compatible with PS2 games. And then it says the 80 gigabyte is not compatible with PS2 games. That's interesting. And it says how to tell if you can play PS2 games on your PS3. The original 60 gigabyte and 20 gigabyte launch models are backward compatible with PS2 games because they have PS2 chips in them. Other models, most notably the other models, most notably the 80 gigabyte Metal Gear Solid PS3, use the backward compatibility using emulation software, but they no longer support PS2 games. To tell if your console is PS2 backward compatible, look to see if the PS3 is a PlayStation 3 Slim model. You can tell if a PS3 is a Slim model if it has a lower profile, a matte black finish, not shiny, and the PS3 logo on the top instead of the word PlayStation 3. If it says PS3 Slim, then it isn't PS2 backward compatible, though you can still enjoy PS3 and PS1 games on it. So, and then we go down here, you can still enjoy PS3 and PS1, yeah. And it says 2, look to see if the PS3 is a 20 gigabyte PlayStation 3. These were available at launch only. They do not have Wi-Fi nor a flash card reader, but they do have 4 USB ports and are backward compatible. The model number is usually CECHB XX, and again, as I said before, XX is a placeholder. I'll show this off a little bit later. These are, like I said, the XX is the region, and they're just a placeholder. Like, you put a number there. If you know programming, like that's usually how that works, is you put a number in the place of where the XX is. And I'll show you where to find which numbers. Anyways, so let's just keep on going. It says these are also bigger than PS3 Slim. they have a shiny finish and the word PlayStation 3 written on top. If your PS3 has 4 USB ports and the panel where you insert the disc is black and not silver, and it doesn't have a spot on the front for SD cards, then you have a 20 gigabyte PS3 and it is backward compatible with PS2 games. So this is for the CECHB model. And now we have this one down here coming up, which says, look to see if the PS3 is a 60 gigabyte PlayStation 3. These were also only available at launch. They have Wi-Fi, a flash card reader, and 4 USB ports. Like the 20 gigabyte model, the 60 gigabyte model is shiny and has the word PlayStation 3 on top. The base where you insert the disc is also silver. Well, from what we just read earlier at the B models, he said it was a matte finish and it didn't have silver. Now they're saying that the 20 gigabyte and the 60 gigabyte both have the silver. Make up your mind. And then if we scroll down a little bit further, it says if you have a 80 gigabyte PlayStation 3 or a Metal Gear Solid PS3 that hasn't been updated since it came out of the box, it may be backward compatible through software emulation. If you use any PS3 online services, then your console has likely lost the PS2 software emulation backward compatibility. It's kind of brighten that a little bit. Okay. So, and if we scroll down further, it says finding a backward compatible PS3. It says can you play PS1, PS2, and PS3 games on a PS4, and then it just has other random stuff down there. And then it says because the newer PS3 models can't play PS2 games, use 20 gigabyte and 60 gigabyte PS3 consoles often cost more than a brand new PS3 Slim. That Sony has closed the PlayStation 3 store. You can't even download all PS2 games on the PS3. Therefore, your best bet for playing old PS2 games is to buy a used PlayStation 2 if you don't already have one. So, according to that page, it also says that the CECHE can't play PS2 games, the 80 gigabyte one, the Metal Gear Solid one, if you've updated it. Or, I mean, if you've gone online with it, is what it said. Well, I've gone online with mine, and I'll show you that mine's updated to the most current firmware and later in this video. So let's try another page. Let's try this one right here. This one says, is the Metal Gear Solid PS3 fully backward compatible with PS2 games? I did a Google search on it. And when you do a Google search on that, the first thing that pops up is the original 60 gigabyte and 20 gigabyte launch model. It says the original 60 gigabyte and 20 gigabyte launch models are backward compatible with PS2 games because they have PS2 chips in them. It says other models, most notably the 80 gigabyte Metal Gear Solid PS3, used to be backward compatible using emulation software, but they no longer support PS2 games. So we've read two things that say we can't. So is this actually accurate? Let's try another Wikipedia page. So we tried these other two. We started with Wikipedia, then we tried two other things, and they both say that it can't be, the CECHE model, which is the 80 gigabytes, won't work with PS2 games because of the emulation. And that first Wikipedia page, it was kind of saying both things, and then we saw on this other page over here that when we went to this other one, it went ahead and said that and this other one we were at earlier was called Livewire. So Livewire was saying that we can't play our PS2 games on there anymore because of going online with the system. This page that pops up just from you typing in the search, which it isn't up there now anymore, but I do have it bookmarked. It also says you can't. This one, when we went on this one, it was saying a little bit of both things. And when we were on Livewire, not only did it say that, but first they said that the 20 gigabyte was a matte finish, And then later they said it was a silver or glossy finish, one or the other. It said that about the 20 gigabyte. And I'm kind of scroll back up. Yeah, it says the 20 gigabyte has is shiny. Okay. Like it has the silver thing, like the 60 gigabyte. And then up here it said, let me a little bit further. That's the slim right there. But we keep on going up. It should have had. I'm trying to find where it's. Oh, okay. So no, I'm sorry. I guess I read that wrong. No, it said the PS3 Slim had the matte black finish. My bad. Yeah. Oh wait. See, the PS3 is a 20 gig. These were available. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I guess I read that wrong. That was the Slim they were talking about having the matte finish. There's 4 ports and the. Oh yeah, but here it's saying it's saying if your PS3 has 4 USB ports and the panel where you insert a disc is black and not silver, and it doesn't have a spot on the front for SD cards, then you have a 20 gigabyte PS3. But then when we read down here, it says that there's also a silver 20 gigabyte PS3. It says like the 20 gigabyte, the 60 model is shiny and has word PlayStation. I mean, I guess it doesn't say silver, it says shiny, but yeah, but black and the shiny, like here's the silver one, it's saying the 20 is the same as the 60 gigabyte. So I don't see how that one can be accurate. And when it's saying stuff like that, even though I know what I'm saying is kind of inaccurate too, because I guess I read it wrong a little bit. Sorry about that. I apologize. Don't worry, I corrected myself just now in the video, so hopefully that makes up for it. But anyways, the point is, they're still saying that the CECHE model can't play PS2 games because of going online. If you've gone online with it. So now let's check out this other Wikipedia page. Well, actually, before we check out that one, let's check out this other one here as well. Okay, yeah. So this is a list of PlayStation 2 games compatible with PlayStation 3. If we scroll down, it has a big old list of what models. Like if you read it, it says Alright, let me start from the top. Sorry, I should have started from the top. I did, but I mean I should have read some of the stuff up there. It says this is a list of PlayStation 2 games compatible with certain models of PlayStation 3.